from Financial Focus, and we have to discuss from a financial perspective what's going on with Russia and its invasion of Ukraine. Joining us is KTNV financial analyst Steve Budin to talk about the effects we'll see here in America because of sanctions. So Steve, first thing I want to just get right into is, what are sanctions? Everyone talks about them, but what exactly does it mean between the US and Russia?
Good morning. So basically, a financial sanction is a restriction, and they have all types of sanctions, and they can be really basic as to limiting tourism between two countries, to all the way to not allowing a particular country to use our currency to conduct business. So what the president did this week was he levied some sanctions on Russia for invading Ukraine. Now, the Russian government and some of Vladimir Putin's cronies are being prohibited from conducting certain financial transactions. So this is the first series of sanctions, and potentially there can be more to come. But in its basic form, they're financial restrictions on conducting business.
These financial restrictions are mainly for Russians, but what does that mean for Americans? How does it impact us?
Well, we may not feel it immediately, but what happens is the Russians are a large producer of oil. In fact, we buy oil from them as we speak, which is ironic. The Ukrainian country is known as the breadbasket of Eastern Europe. They produce a lot of commodities like wheat and corn. So depending on how long this conflict goes on, if the supply chain of wheat, corn, and other commodities slows down, we could see high prices at the supermarket, because a lot of those commodities are ingredients to other items that Americans buy.
You said that we might not feel these effects immediately. How long would it take to actually start to feel the burn?
It could happen as soon as a couple of weeks, and it could take a couple of months. It really just depends on Russia's behavior. If they don't come to the negotiating table and the sanctions get more severe, then we might see more of an immediate impact. Now, if they sit down at the peace table and we lift some of those sanctions, we won't feel some of those impacts for a while. But you're beginning to see it in the commodities markets, where the prices are beginning to go up on certain commodities because the market is trying to price in how long this conflict will go on. And nobody wants to get stuck on the short end of paying higher prices. So I'm hoping that we don't see an impact for at least a few weeks. But don't be surprised if you see prices begin to go up in anticipation of these sanctions taking hold and lasting longer. But let's hope for the best, and let's hope none of this comes to fruition.
Definitely something we want to keep our eye on, especially as inflation and the supply chain crisis continue to just really hurt our pockets here in America and here in Las Vegas. Steve Budin, thank you so much for joining us.
You're very welcome.
And we'll be right back after this.